shows. They were looking to try to get me. They try to blackmail me. They try to extort me, and I'm having none of it. I am going to fight them. Even if I lose, I'll do my bankruptcy. He'll put a lien on whatever, but we're still going to go after him because we have to find the answers. Some judge, some federal judge, somebody has to expose this. So even if I have to go to contacting Fox News and all the other medias that do these kind of news, big medias, because they need to know how it is a tiny little Facebook page, a guy did an opinion piece. I didn't even broadcast it very well. And they took this little thing, they made it like this, and they punished me for it, for my free speech. Because that's the corruption in New Jersey. And sometimes you have to be the sacrifice, you have to be the lamb, you have to be the one they beat up to bring it out and to expose it. And so while I don't want to do this because Jesus didn't want to go to his own trials, it must be done. So you can see how devious they are. You can expose people like Harry Melber. You can expose people like John Olson and Andrew Say and the government and all the connection. The great thing is I get to promote all the connections and to show you where all the players are and how they're involved. $700 in a settlement turned into $129 in penalties to punish me because it says punitive damage means want to punish this guy, want to teach him a lesson. This is the same guy, guess what, that filed criminal charges against two top judges, ethics charges against two top judges. We can't let that happen. We can't just let that go. Criminal charges against 7 of our officials that we need to get Phil Murphy elected. The whole Democratic wheel is here. And the sheriff officer who met me keeps telling me that. Point out, John Curry, Phil Murphy, they're all in on this. They know your name. They know you got them in criminal court. You're the first one that got 7 people in criminal court that are elected officials in government. They were coming after you. And they went after your wife, and they wanted to extort money from you, and they wanted to blackmail you. So get the hell out of Paterson. But I may have gotten out, but I'm not out. Because when this guy contacted me and said, settle, and somebody said to me, Serrano, why don't you just get rid of him? I don't have the ball. The ball is not in my court to settle with Harry Melber. Harry Melber is paid for by the government. If the government tells him, stick it to him and give him this and make sure he signs this, that's what he has to do. And that's what he came to me with. Better sign this or we're going to penalize you with $25,000 in fines. Blackmail. Sign this or else. Extortion. Give us some money. All this is involved here. And he is controlled by the government. He's not an independent person but hired by a private person. The government officials are behind him. Nobody else wanted me out of Paterson. Nobody wanted me shut up but the government of Paterson. And they employed him just like they employed him to go after Joey Torres. He wants to put my head on his wall like one of his prize, like he did Joey Torres. That will never happen. Even if you say you want a judgment against me for such and such, for $129,000, we're going to talk about how you got that judgment. We're going to talk about the hidden videos that even the government doesn't want no one to see. Even the prosecutors doesn't want to go after it. Even the Attorney General's office that is hired by Phil Murphy doesn't want to produce those videos that would prove that I'm right. Nobody wants to bring it forward. So that's the story we're telling. That's the things that we're telling. And how do you go from $700 in settlement to $129? Because I don't even know if they knew they were going to get that because they were willing to sign and settle. But the thing is, they wanted a $25,000 penalty on me if I don't sign this. To me, that's blackmail. That's my opinion. And if you want to sue, they're gonna keep trying it. But now I live in Texas, so now I can get the judges here involved. And now I wanted the government from here involved. So I'm meeting with people. I'm publishing this on a large scale. Yes, I wanted to get rid of Harry Melber. Yes, I didn't want to have anything to do with him. Yes, I would have signed. But when the government went to him and said, make sure he signs the penalty of the $25,000 because we don't want him talking about what we did to his wife. I had to be quiet, my lawyer said. Shut your mouth or they're going to fine you and you have to sign this. And I said, like hell I am. I can let Harry Melber go, but I'm not letting the Paterson officials and whoever hire him go. And that was the line to prove that Harry Melber was hired by the government was looking to help them extort me, looking to help them blackmail me. Now, every time I said something about the government, he takes their name away, and then he puts himself there and says I'm blackmailing him. Even though I said the government was doing it, he does that, and then the judges gets in, and the judges who wants to target me. So yes, it's him you're talking about. But he removes the name. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about them, Judge. But that's not how they're spinning this. They're flipping it to try to stick it on making him the victim and hiding the government's evil deeds so they can target me and use him to do it. When I said Andrew Sayer and Charles Florio was going after my wife, they deducted Andrew Sayer and Charles Florio, and they said, you said this about Harry Melber. Where did I say that about Harry Melber? Well, we're saying you're saying it because you're implying it's him because he was the whatever. So that's how they're twisting it, and they're trying to target me. And that's what I want you to see here. So when I write this out and I lay it out for you, you're going to see when they try to make me a prize for them, I'm going to show you how they got to that prize. The manipulation, the lies, the false witness, the lying, the withholding of evidence that all the judges are letting them do to extort money from me, to blackmail me. And I'm not signing anything that lets the government go away. Nothing. So that's why I keep talking about this, because they're trying to blackmail me. They're trying to extort money. Now they're trying to punish me, and I have to remain silent. They want me to remain silent, or they're going to go tell the judge, look, he's still publishing this. He's still talking about us. Yes, because I will not be blackmailed. I will not be extorted. I will not be shoved in a corner while my wife is home crying, and you caused that to her. And then they turn around and says, Harry Melber is the victim. Big, bully, nasty man like him. I want to use some other words, but I can't. Crying that, oh, he's a victim. And then he goes and he says he wants punitive damage because he's so well known. Everybody knows him. He's in emotional distress. Poor Harry Melber crying, big ass man like him crying. Excuse my language. That's the word I wanted to use. I don't want to stay away from it, but it's out. And over a little tiny woman from Texas you beat up on, and now you're crying, playing the victim. So all this needs to be exposed, because if he plays the victim, the judge can use that. Play the victim. Like when I went to court with the Paterson officials, Judge Capicella told them, why don't we turn this into a civil rights case? And I yelled at him. I said, excuse me, Judge, you're giving them advice on how to make this into a different case so you can have it dismissed? I went up against his face and I told him right there to his face, you're helping them. And that's what the judges are doing. The judges are helping the government put up Harry Melber as the puppet to use him to try to make him the only one, and discarding everything that I said, which is the government did it, the government did it, the government did it, Harry Melber did it, not Harry Melber, Charles Florio was paying for it, Andrew Sayer was up getting the money, other government officials are involved, Phil Murphy, and everybody else, but they're ignoring all of those things that I said. If you couldn't go with everything that I said, you can't pick apart what makes it works to go against me, and everything that supports my claim and my defense, which is, it says, well, just remember, all of this is an op-ed. They don't want to hear that because they were specifically looking to find somebody to target me on, and they got it. They mixed it and they turned it. They want to hear only what they want to hear, but they don't get to do that because I still get to publish. And if the judge comes and says, well, you're still publishing? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because the people have a right to know, to continue to know what you guys are up to. And eventually, when I put Harry Melbourne's face on the top of a front cover and I put on his name, False Witness, which is a book I'm thinking about writing. And the first idea that came into my book is to put him up there and put the net code, the headline, a false witness, and outline exactly what they did. And brought him in as a false witness to lie against me. Take everything that I said, it was the government that did this to my wife, and said, well, you said this about Harry Melber. Where? I said the government did this. So this is how they're twisting things. This is how they're trying to work it against me. But I am smart. You guys know me. I don't do something without a reason. I would never put something out there, even on just social media. This was social media. And my wife knew I was so angry, and she said to me, like days later, make sure you know they're going to try to sue you. She suspected it too. So I went through every single post, and I put, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. They went after my wife, and if they're trying to hurt her, it's my opinion. All suppositions. Still sued, still won, because they believe he has no money. He can't do an appeal. Nobody's going to help him. He's alone. Let me tell you something as a Christian. I am not alone. I know in the end Jesus was alone, but he was never alone. So when this story is written, all the deviousness, cunningness, craftiness, as they did to get rid of Jesus Christ, and he will show that he was the truth, is exactly how this story is going to be written. They and their media friends will never get to tell the story. I get to tell the story. Jesus' followers get to tell the story through that Bible. I get to tell the story through my media. And guess how it comes out? It comes out where the truth prevails. The public get to see exactly what you did to me, how you hid the truth, and how you manipulated the law to teach me a lesson. Mr. Serrano, I had to get this out because it's so complex. It's so complex that you have to get it. You have to look at it from different angles. And I'm going to make sure you see it from the angle that they did it from, the deviousness, the judges involved, the lawyers involved, Harry Melber's involvement, and the government involvement. So Serrano, thanks for watching, and bye for now.